I was so sure it was proof against anything. That boy just cracked it.
Michelle, Frank.
When I came out of school with my diploma, I told myself there was only one thing to do: build a shell and hide in it. Every time I came up against it, all I had to do was pull down the blind.
What did that boy say to you?
He's thinking of getting another defense.
Why?
Can't you guess?
I thought you said he's got brains and courage.
You know it has nothing to do with intelligence. Millie, I've never felt so alone in my life.
Didn't you tell him?
What could I tell him? Was I supposed to convince him that white lawyers are not the only ones who can be impartial in any case?
All right.
Was I supposed to try to prove that to him?
All right, if he doesn't want you, let him go get someone else. Let him go to jail.
Is that what's right?
Is it right for you to be made to feel this way?
I know that I can defend him. I understand him. I feel a kind of sympathy with him. Isn't it funny? And he's a bright boy. He'll make something of himself one day. I know it. I'll come across him again, and he's gonna be somebody.
Whatever you want to do, Frank. Oh, I'll get it.
I'm Edison's father.
Oh, come in. Come
You
in.
must be Mrs. Wilson.
Yes, I am.
And you, of course, Mr. Wilson.
That's right.
I hope you don't mind my dropping by so late in the evening.
Not at all.
I won't stay long. I have some things on my mind. I thought I'd like to discuss them with you.
Certainly. Sit down, please.
I'll get some coffee.
Excellent. I'd enjoy some.
What can I do for you, Mr. Edison?
My son's difficulty has upset me a great deal.
I'm sure it has.
I was shocked when the hospital told me that my son had been admitted under a very critical condition, and when I heard what had sent him there, well, I was stunned.
It's a bad business.
You have a nice place here, Mr. Wilson.
Thanks.
I've heard about you. Friends of mine speak well about your abilities.
I'm glad to hear it.
If I didn't have a man handling my legal affairs already, I might consider you from what's come to my ears. In fact, if things keep going as well as they have been in my business, I might need a second man in the near future.
I don't do much of that work. I usually handle criminal cases.
There was hot water ready. I hope you don't mind instant coffee.
No, not at all. I like it better.
If you don't mind, I'm feeling quite tired.
Yes, go to bed, Millie.
Please excuse me.
Of course.
May I ask what you've come for, Mr. Edison?
It's difficult for me to say why. I hope you'll understand when I say it. I thought about it a great deal before dropping by.
What is it?
First, I should tell you this. When my son was able to talk to me, he asked that we forget about the whole affair, to look at it in light of it as being an unfortunate accident.
Yes.
He didn't want to press charges against the Ford boy. He claimed that they were really good friends and he didn't want to get him into trouble.
Then how did this business come to court?
I brought it there.
I see.
This is a case of racial violence. I wasn't going to let it go by unnoticed. Too many of us turn our backs on this kind of thing, hoping, pretending it doesn't happen. But I know differently. I say, bring all these incidents to light, examine them in front of the world. That's the intelligent way. Do you agree?
In certain circumstances, yes.
My boy was attacked because he is colored. I want the attacker punished, so I made my son press charges.
Wow.
The point is, Mr. Wilson, have you seen the newspapers?
About me?
Yes.
What about it?
Do you think it wise?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Don't you think you should be persecuting that white boy instead of defending him? This is a particular case as I see it. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't see anything wrong with you acting against another colored person in court. Of course not. But we've got complications here.
What kind?
This is a case of racial violence. It doesn't seem right or tactful for you to for you to act on behalf of a white client. It's going to suggest disunity amongst our people, and we can't afford it.
Are you?
I'm simply saying what people are going to conclude.
Look, you've said what you came here for, and now I'd like you to leave.
You're colored, Wilson. You've suffered like the rest of us. You can't go into court and persecute one of your own race for the sake of an anti-Negro rioter.
Mr. Edison, I would like you to leave.
Not until I've made myself clear.
You've made yourself perfectly clear and it revolts me.
Oh, it does it? What are you trying to put over? Take a look at your face. It's as black as mine. Don't you know that? What are you after? Publicity?
Publicity.
What are you trying to do? Show the white world that you can attack your own race just to prove you're as good as they are.
I told you to get out.
You can't be impartial. Don't kid yourself.
I'm a lawyer, do you hear? A lawyer like any other lawyer. I've got a case and I am going to see it through. That's all that counts.
You're a lawyer, a fine lawyer. You'd sell out your own people just to make sure everyone says that you're a fine lawyer.
Mr. Edison, before you make me do something we are both going to regret, you need to get out.
I am not going to allow you to hurt my son just so that you can make a few more white friends. I will do everything in my power to stop you.
Get out!
I can smash you, Wilson, if I have the mind to do it.